Good morning. We are continuing in Mishlei Perek Zayin Pasuk Yud Aleph. One Pasuk for today. Peles umozne mishpat laHashem Maaseu kol avne kis. So here talks about the scales. Peles umozne mishpat laHashem. Hashem has correct balance and scales. Maaseu kol avne kis. All of the weights of the bag, that's the weights of the bag here, it's called, are Hashem's work. So imagine back in the day a manual scale where you have, two sides. You put, let's say, gold on one side and you have to weigh it against rocks that weigh certain amounts to see how much, let's say, gold it is. So Hashem has just and correct balance and scales. Everything's min hashamayim. Everything has a reason. Everything is just. The Gaon of Vilna over here explains that this talks about three types of people, this scale analogy, and the three types of mitzvot. Three types of people are tzaddikim, benonim, and reshaim. The tzaddik, the wicked guy, the guy on the opposite end, and the person in the middle. So he says that when you have a scale, you have, let's say, the gold. Call that the item that you want to weigh. That's, let's say, the tzaddik. You have the actual stones, which is not of value except tells you the weight. That is like the rasha. And the guy in the middle, he says, is the concept of balance. He's in the middle, so he teeters. Sometimes you have to balance. Sometimes more mitzvot and averot, and the concept of the balance itself. So he explains that this also connects to the three types of mitzvot a person could do. A person could do a mitzvah that is totally gold, meaning he has no other intentions. He has all of the intentions are perfectly good. All of the reasons for doing the mitzvah are pure, total gold. And you could have the total opposite, where even though you're doing a mitzvah, you have no good intention doing it. You're doing it by force. You're doing it. And then in the middle, he says, even if you have 1/1000th of a good reason why you're doing the mitzvah, then you still get credit for that. Meaning, Hashem is the judge and knows a person's reason why he does every mitzvah, why he does every good deed that he does. It could be a good deed because of total pure of heart. It could be because total opposite, you're forced, you really don't want to, you just, okay, whatever, I have to. And you could do for part, yeah, of course I want to do the mitzvah, I want to do good reason. I'm not so, the guy kind of forced me, but I'll just do it anyway. Let's say giving tzedakah, yeah, I want to give tzedakah, I want to give charity. Okay, he forced me a little bit more than I wanted to, whatever it is. So it's a little bit half and half. Hashem knows, Hashem is the judge, Hashem gives reward based on his reward, even in the last case, but even more, Hashem sees exactly a person's kavanah. In addition, these three levels also connect to when we're going to be called to the big leagues, I guess. After 120 years, we're called upstairs and we're going to be judged. So there's going to be parts of our judgment of our actions throughout our life that are going to be actions of gold. There's going to be some of our actions that are not so good, like the stones, and there's going to be actions again that are kind of middle of the road. And all of the actions are going to be, put on the scale and are going to be judged accordingly. And Hashem judges everything, call it like gold, where gold is, let's say you're weighing wheat, or so the person could be lenient. Okay, fine. You know what? Take a little extra. Take a little. Usually, when it comes to gold or diamonds, you weigh even the finest, piece of gold or piece of diamond, because a little extra is a big value. So therefore, everything is on the scale, and not, I'll give you a deal, or I'll give you everything's on the scale. Of course, Hashem is our Father, and it's birachamim, but every moment of our life is under the microscope and is under the scale. And therefore, we want to try, getting most of our actions, God willing, like the gold in this analogy, and or at least like the middle class guy, and staying away from the totally negative, totally rasha type of person. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה בן הקשיא אומר, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיך הכי הרבה עליהם תורה ומצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו, יגדיל תורה וידיר.